Greetings, everybody. My name is Robert Sean Kennedy, and I will be your history instructor for the next 7 weeks. Let's get started by looking through the syllabus. So open up the syllabus. The course starts today, March 21st, and ends May 6th. It is a competency-based course, self-paced. With that said, though, please don't fall into the trap that many students do by thinking it's self-paced, so I will put everything off until the first week of May. You will not pass this course unless you have the discipline to look at the requirements of the course and create a functional schedule for yourself. So please do that right now as you're going through the content. See if you have the time. This course is manageable, but you want to make sure you do have the time. I would say you're going to need at least anywhere from 7 weeks. Let's see, anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a week. So look at what you have on your plate with family, with work, with other courses, and see if you could squeeze in on a nightly or morning basis another 8 to 12 hours a week. With that said, let's move on to the next section of the syllabus. These are the program learning outcomes and the course learning outcomes. You can look at that as you wish. My contact information is robertkennedyhistoryteacher@gmail.com, and I'm going to give you another contact option, Selly, in just a second here when we get to required resources, that I highly suggest you signing up for. It will make it a lot easier to get a hold of me. But either way will work. You can either get me at my Gmail address or you can get me at the Selly app, and I'll show you that in just a second. If you have any technical issues, please contact Distance Education. You can contact me with your technical questions, and I might be able to figure it out for you, but 9 times out of 10, I will not be able to. The people there are very helpful. They're right down the hall for me, and I'm always going to them for technical questions, so please use them as well. Required resources. So first and foremost, there is no required textbook to purchase. All of the material, required content is going to be made available to you through Blackboard. One thing you're going to need is you are going to need a webcam. So to take the pre-tests and the protests, not the protests, but the post-tests. I'll fix that later. You might protest while you're taking the post-test, but it is indeed a post-test, not a protest. So if you don't have one, you can purchase one. I've provided a link here for you, so go ahead and click that and go through here. See, they used to be quite expensive, but as you're seeing, you can get many functional webcams for under $10. Okay, here's the Selly page I was referring to. Please, highly recommend doing that. It will grant you access to me because, like everybody, I walk around with my smartphone. This will allow us to text to each other. We don't have to exchange phone numbers. The Cell app does that for us. So please sign up for that, and we can communicate there if you have any content questions or expectation questions throughout the semester, or concerns, or you just need simple clarification about this or that throughout the course. Here is the course website right there for your purposes. This is, you can access the material. You can access the material outside of Blackboard via that way. What I have here is, please make sure your browser is updated. I have a couple of instructions for Chrome and Mozilla, which I recommend using. If you're using Internet Explorer, find something else. And then here's what you want. You want to also clear the cache, and here's instructions on how to do that as well through here. I highly suggest getting a pack of 2x5 or 3x5 index cards. It will help you prepare for the exams, and I'll explain what that is in just a second. You will need to download software, lockdown browser software, to take any of the exams in this course. So please do that as soon as possible. If you have problems downloading it, please go back to this link right here and contact these folks. They will help you out with that, but you are going to have to download that content, that software, to proceed in the class. All right. Let's see, did I cover everything for required resources? Yes. Plagiarism policy, right? So you're going to see that I provide you with all the content. You must use that content to respond to the essay prompts that are required for this course. But don't simply copy and paste the content. You can quote me and refer to me, but do not just simply use my words as your own. You want to use your own words and paraphrase my notes as part of your responses. You do not want to plagiarize. Plagiarism will result in getting a failing grade for the semester. So please don't even test that out. Very easy to detect, and I will call you on it. Unfortunately, I have to do it every single semester, so please don't be one of those students. Just do your own work, and you'll be fine. All right, you just want to make sure in the essays that you're using your words and demonstrating to me you know what I'm talking about. We're not trying to train you on how to copy and paste. We're trying to train you on how to look at the very complicated history of this country. And to do so, you have to use your own mind. So please do that. Pre-test instructions. So please read through this, but basically there's 3 units in this course, as you can see in the menu right here. All of the exams, the pre-tests and the post-tests, not the protests, but the post-tests, are based on essay prompts. So, and the essays are 6 to 10 paragraphs, 1 to 2 pages. You don't have to do any outside research to prepare for the essays. I provide you with not only the content, but the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. I provide you with the structure of how to formulate these essay, the responses to the essay prompts. But basically, read through this and make sure you understand what lockdown browser is and what plagiarism is. You can go through these videos right here. But basically, if you want to get out of the post-test, you take the pre-test, you'll get 1 shot at it. The content is provided in the links here. I'll show you that in just a second. But if you are able to pass the pre-test, then you won't have to take the post-test, and you can move on to the next unit. So don't feel bad if you can't pass the pre-test. It requires preparation. So if you want to prepare for the pre-test, all the content is available right here. So for instance, let's just check that out right now. If you want to prepare for the pre-test for Unit 1, you simply go to Content, click right here. Should open up, no problem. And it's Unit 1, so we're going to click Unit 1. Here are the 4 lectures for Unit 1. The Age of Conquest, the Development of Slavery, Salutary Neglect, and Factors of the American Revolution. So to prepare for the pre-test or the post-test, you're going to click here. And here's the essay prompt right here. Discuss the age of expansion and conquest and its various stages of development in your discussion. Give examples of each phase and its development. Show what motivating forces were that finally induced England into colonization. Right. Now, how do you prepare for that? If it says 5 to 8 paragraphs, that's, again, these are just general guidelines, but you want to shoot for about 6 to 10 paragraphs. So how do you do it? You are going to go through each learning objective, right? So the learning objective, the lectures are broken down into learning objectives. The learning objectives are the introduction. Learning objective 1 is the introduction to the response to this essay up here, to this essay prompt. Learning objective 2 and 3 are the body. And when you, let's see, is there any, so learning objective 3 would be the conclusion, right? Learning objective 2 would be the body, right? And it gives you sometimes a basis. You know, basically each learning objective is going to be anywhere from 1 to 3 paragraphs. Now the content you can find right here. All of the notes are available by clicking right there. The lecture is recorded. All right, greetings, everyone. Right. What I highly suggest doing is physically writing down the learning objective prompt, which is define the age of expansion and conquest and explain how, why, and when it developed, right? And then down below are the notes. And there's some information in the notes that is not in the video, and vice versa. There are some information in the video that is not in the notes. So you want to look through both of them. At the end of going through the content, you should have a 1 to 3 paragraph response to this. When you're done with learning objective 1, move on to learning objective 2, right? Here are the notes. You can go right here and just listen to the video, but I would suggest always going to the notes and going through this. So basically, again, you want to have a response when you're done going through the content of this learning objective prompt, right? Once you do, you should have, probably for this one, it should probably be at least, this one should be at least 2 to 3 paragraphs. So you should have at least 2 to 3 paragraphs. A paragraph is 5 to 6 sentences. Again, you don't have to do any outside research, but you do want to make sure you're referring to the material, and you're welcome to quote me, but make sure you put my information in quotation marks and explain the quotation in your own words. Don't just simply quote me and think that's going to get you an 80%. There will be rubrics provided for each of these, so you have an understanding of what is expected. When you're done with that one, salutary neglect, factors of the American Revolution work the same way. And then when you're ready, we'll go to Unit 1. You're ready for the pretest. So you'll click there, and the Unit 1 pretest is available right here. Quick to launch. You have to make sure you're opening it in Lockdown Browser. You have to log in to Blackboard using Lockdown Browser. So the browser looks like a little padlock key. You want to make sure you're doing that. If you try to do that, it won't let you proceed forward. And you want to make sure your webcam is ready to go. And we'll give you instructions on how to do that. Now you can, if it says something about like you can't get up to go to the bathroom or anything like that, you can get up to go to the bathroom. Just explain what you're doing. If you're gone for a large amount of time, I might begin to suspect that you're off cheating and call you on it and bring you in to have you take the exam proctored somewhere. So be reasonable if you do need to get up. Yeah, you are able to get up. If you don't pass the pretest, that's fine. Then move on to the post-test. The post-test, the pretest will randomly select, basically, the pretest will randomly select 2 of the essay prompts. So you have to have a response ready for all of them. So again, let's just click here. You might get this essay prompt, and you might get this essay prompt in your pretest, right? That's the way that will work, right? And then you respond to it. You have to type it into the window there. So if you have your response, you want to practice your responses. You want to practice writing these essays. That's where the index cards come in handy. You can use the index cards as flashcards and kind of drill yourself with it. Highly recommend doing that. And you can also practice writing the essays beforehand like you would for any course. If you don't pass it, that's fine. Then you're ready to move on to the post-test. You get 3 chances with the post-test. If you don't get an 80% or higher, it'll be required for you to contact me, and we'll go over what it is that's precluding you from passing the post-test. But basically, you want to make sure that you are visiting this material on a regular basis, that you have a response for each learning objective, and that you're practice writing the responses to the essay prompt. When you're done, then you move on to Unit 2, and same song and dance. You won't be able to proceed to Unit 2 until you have passed Unit 1 post-test with an 80% or higher, or the pretest with an 80% or higher. Then Unit 2 will become made available to you. Same with Unit 3, right? Now, Unit 2 and Unit 3, keep this in mind, listen carefully. Unit 2 and 3 post-tests will require you to write 2 essays, one randomly from the Unit 1 essay and one randomly from the Unit 2 essay prompt. So there'll be 2 essays for the Unit 2 post-test. Unit 3 post-test will be one randomly from the Unit 3 material and one randomly from either the Unit 2 essay prompts or the Unit 1 essay prompts. Going back to the syllabus, let's make sure we've covered everything here. Yeah, post-test instructions. Basically, yeah, we've covered everything. So we got that under 15 minutes. Please do contact me if you have any questions, either through Selly or through my Gmail account. You guys will do great, but the key is making sure that you are working on this on a regular basis. For some reason, a lot of students wait until the end of the semester to get started. It's probably understandable. You have busy lives. But you want to make sure that you're assessing that right now, assessing that now. If you're not assessing that now, then it's not going to, going forward isn't going to do you much good. You'll end up failing the course. And you don't want to do that, right? But if you have the time, you have the energy, this is a great way of getting through your history requirement in a very efficient way. And again, always know I am there for you. My professional goal is to make sure that you succeed in this course, and students that meet me halfway do succeed in my courses. So if you're ready to really get going, I'm there for you. Email me if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks. Bye.